We are going to dive into a couple of recent SmartSuite updates, such as how time tracking works in SmartSuite, using it with the formula field to extract more detailed info, and how to merge duplicate records with automations. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Zach Stevenson. I'm a business process and no-code consultant. If you need help streamlining or automating any of your business processes, you can visit our website, interdevsolutions.com, or you can click the link in the description below to book a free consult. I'm going to be using a project management solution for this demo. It's really simple setup. What I have here, I just have a project name and the stage. I've got tasks with a list of tasks grouped by project, status. I've got my time tracking log, field type, and then I have customers as well. On the projects level, I'm going to keep this one really simple. All we're going to do to sum up all of the time tracking that's associated with the specific project, we will add a formula field. We go formula, advanced editor, name this whatever you want. I'll just go total time. And then I will use the sum function. I will use the tasks table. I'll go to project tasks. I'll use the dot notation to bring in the time tracking log. And then I will divide by 3600, which will output the total value in hours. As you can see here, there's been no time logged yet for this website redesign, but on the example project, there's 0.09 hours logged, which if we go into tasks, makes sense. So here's the example project. There's nothing logged on this time and only 5 minutes logged on this time. Into the task table, this is where we're going to spend some more time diving into the new features that are available within the time tracking log and formulas field types. If we go into here, again, we'll bring in a formula. We'll go advanced editor. We'll do start date. And if we go into here and type in time tracking, that's now got the time tracking log field, and use dot notation. We can see the associated or linked fields. There's 4 of them here. So we can actually pull out notes. We can pull out who it was reported by, pull out reported on, that's the date. And we can pull out the total amount of time that it was used to track against. For start date, what we want to do is pull out the reported on. And if there's multiple time logs associated to it, obviously there's going to be a lot of different dates linked. We want to go to the start date. The way we're going to do that is use the min function. We'll just wrap that whole thing in the min function and we can add that field. And you can see here, it's pulled out the start date, which is actually today, but it shows us the start time as well, being 8:14. If I click this little toggle here, I can see the time that was logged by each user. Click this drop down. I can see that 8:14 was actually the start time. The simplest thing to do here is click duplicate, and we'll just type in end date, and duplicate the field and double click into it. All we're going to do here is change this to the max so that we can actually pull out the max date. Now we've got the start date and end date. In this case, it's actually just going to be a difference of time. We can see that the time initially started using this time tracking log was at 8:14 on March 12th. And the last time that was logged was at 8:36. To go a little bit further, I can see who worked on this using the formula field as well. Again, go to a formula, who worked on this task. I can bring in the time tracking log. I'll use the dot notation. I can go reported by. It says that I have to use an aggregate function. What I'm going to do is type in array, use this array unique function, and that's going to pull out the names of any person that logged time on that particular task or record. We can see that there's been 2 users that logged time on this. And if we click into this, we can confirm that. There's myself and then my support account as well. Similar to what we did at the project level, we are summing up all of the time that has been logged across this entire project. But what we're going to do here is sum it up at the task level. You may want to extract that with formula. We'll use this reported time. And what we're going to use is the sum function. If I click add field, rename this to task time, and the total output is in seconds. That's 320 seconds. If we wanted, we go divide by 60, and that will change it to minutes. We can see that's 5.33 minutes, which is about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Or if we wanted, we could go and convert that into hours. So we can see that it will be 0.09, similar to the projects here. And the last formula that I want to add is a SUMIF formula. If we want to check in on a particular user, we'll just call this one sum by name, and we can do SUMIF, the time tracking log dot reported by is equal to, I'll just enter my name here. Then we want to, again, get the time tracking log and the reported time. Add field, basically what this is doing is it's going to sum any of the time that was logged by me. We can see here that in seconds, 316 of the 320 seconds. If I get rid of this conversion, we can see there's 320 seconds in total assigned to this task, and 316 seconds was logged by myself. If you wanted, you go in here and change that text right there to whoever the users were assigned to the account, as you can see here. To see this in action and how it works, if we see here, there's the 8:36 a.m. end time. If I hit start time here, we can see that it has now flipped to 9:36 a.m. It's now updated in real time based off of time that has been logged to this particular field and task. I turn that back off. We can see here that the time did go up from 320 seconds to 334 seconds. This is my support account. If I click the time log here, we can see that it brings in the start date, end date, and so far it's only been the support account that has logged any time against this particular task. There's a lot you can do with the time tracking log and the formula field. This should be enough to get you started. The other thing that I wanted to touch on was the merge duplicate records automation. I will use this customers table for an example. We can see here, I have a list of customers added. What I want to do is, let's say, whether it's the customer that reaches out submitting some sort of form, or whether it's one of your employees that adds records into this table, we'll add it using a form. Basically, what we want to do is avoid duplicate entries. Let's say we've already got this Alexander Johnson entered in the system based on this email here. That's what we will look for the duplicate information. We'll go into automations. We can create my first automation, and we will do when a form is submitted. You could also do when a record is updated, when a record is created, or any of the other triggers as well built in. We'll use this form. I'll just select this new customer form that I created, and we'll go over to actions. We can use merge records. The field I want to look at is the email field. I'll go click plus, select email. And what this does here is, let's say I wanted to look at email and address, then that means both the email and the address have to match for the records to be merged. Otherwise, I could do the or here, and I could do something like email or the company, something along those lines, or email or the address. And as long as one of those two fields match, then the record will be merged. I'm only looking up the email address. If two emails exist within the same solution or within the same table, then the records will be merged. This field merge actions, what I want to do, I'm actually just going to leave it as replace. Let's say a new record gets added, two emails match, the new record that was uploaded will override every single field that's already been associated or previously entered. You could add to it. So append a notes option. I'm actually going to go ahead and build it. I'm going to add this automation for now, and I'm going to add just a simple text field here. I'll just call this notes or comments, something along those lines. I'll add a comment in here. I am looking for some help. And over in our form, I now want to add that notes and comments field. And I'm going to turn that on to make it required. Flip back to the table, go back into automations. We'll rename this automation merge records. Now we can see here that there's this note/comments. What I actually want to do is click append here. It's going to replace everything except for the notes and comments field. It will just add to the record for us. That's all set up. I can just click save automation. Yes, I will switch that on. Close this out. And if I go over to the form, I will open it up and give it a test here. Make sure that this email address is matched within the form. To keep it simple, I'll just change this to Alex, change their last name up as well. The company name, the email address is going to stay the same. The address doesn't really matter. And the notes or comments. I reached out previously looking for additional support. Click submit. I'll go back here. We can see that it's been added, and in real time, it merged the records back up with this top one here. You can see the name was changed to Alex Smith. It did this again based off of this email address. We can see the address has been changed, the company name's been changed. And if I click into this here, originally we had, hi, I'm looking for some help. And now it appended the, I reached out previously looking for additional support. And if we expand the record, go into view activity history, we can see that that automation occurred to merge the record and update a bunch of different fields here. If we click into the side, we can see that the company name, the notes actually had additional info appended to it. The address changed, the title, and the contact name all were changed based off of that merge record automation. SmartSuite has had a lot of useful updates recently. Those are the two that have resonated with me the most. I find it very useful to be able to extract additional data and manipulate the data using the formula fields from the time tracking logs, and then also the duplicate records or merge duplicate records I have found very useful as well for myself and for client projects. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.